Hi, my name's Michael Davies. I work for Haydays Care and Support. I'm a care worker. I like to take a little bit of time of the ups and downs, the highs and lows. Let me start by saying I work 6 days a week and 5 nights a week. I do night shifts from 10 at night till 11 till 7 in the morning. Then I work from 7 in the morning till 10 at night through the day, which are two different shifts. I go around people's houses. I make them the dinner. I make them the breakfast, the dinner, and the tea. And in between that, I prescribe them the medication. I give them the time of day. I go around, cleaning the houses up. Do a bit of hoovering, bit of dusting, bit of washing up. Sometimes I do a bit of ironing, and sometimes I burn the clothes because I'm not really good with ironing. Um, it's a lonely job because you're always on your own, but the good side is that you've always got company because of the clients you meet. Now, 90% of the clients like my two little pets here, which is Teddy and Holly. Now, I take them with me on the night shift. I have a good, income. I earn about 21,000 a year. I pay £400 rent. I pay £800 council tax. I, have a good life. I spend most of my time out in my car, which I use a lot of, which I don't get a lot of help from the English government, you know. What they do offer is very little. I like to say that, I do like my job and that lot, but, time's getting on and getting a bit old now, and soon, nearly ready for my retirement, as you can tell. But I still like the work that I do. And when I do retire, I think I'll do some volunteer work in it. I've not really changed. I still do what I do. I like going around the people's houses. There's one client that I could mention, and she stole a place in my heart. She was called Wynne Patterson. Mum and Dad used to be doctors of Ulverston, and that's all we'll say on that subject, really. But yeah, they had really a good, good times and that lot, going around people's houses. You had 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there. It's like at the moment I'm on day off, but I just wanted to tell you about my day and work and the stuff I do. Like I say, this is, time in life where people need to know that I used to earn this much. That's what I used to get out. I'm single, because you're always on the road. You're always, out and about. You might meet people, but it's a lonely job, really. It's like working, I suppose, as an Amazon driver or postman or something like that, where you're a lorry driver, you're always on the road. And it's like the things you got to do. One day we had to run back and forth from this client's house, and they had an oil burner, and the pipe used to run from the outer back shed and run into the house. Well, the old fella decided that he wanted to remove the oil burner, and he snapped the pipe off, but didn't turn the outer tank off. Now it had like a manure truck, they spread muck out on. He had it full of this oil, and I had to keep running back and forth with buckets of this oil and keep pouring it back in tanks. It didn't waste any oil. There was like I think there was like 1,400 gallons worth of fuel that were just coming out and tipping out in front of him because Walter had snapped this pipe. So we had to get the plumber out to come out. We had to get the daughter out to come out and secure the property. And in between time, I had my boss phoning me up saying, "Where you at?" when she wanted me to give 110%, which is what I did when I was at work with her for him. Then I got taken on from there by the council, which is South Lake District Council, which I used to go from other people's houses. Then I was a escort, which used to pick disabled people up, disabled children, take them to day centres or to the schools. Now, the adult ones, we was in a taxi with me driver, and one of the clients turned around and said, "Look, there's Mucky Mark." And they all started laughing. And then one of them turned around and said, "He's a window licker." Well, me and the driver started laughing because we knew what it meant. Well, all them started laughing, and my driver were at a T-junction, and he couldn't go forwards because of all the tears that are running down his face. As you can imagine, we've got a full bus of special needs people, and they're all taking the mickey at the other driver that works for the same company out of him. And when they got out of this vehicle, they all going, "Mucky Mark, you know, because his vehicle's dirty." That's all it is. It's not that Mark's dirty or, you know, anything like that. It's just that the car, you know, were dirty. That's how the conversation started. Another time that I was there, and we was in the day centre and that lot, and one of them turned around and said, see, and he just kept repeating it. And then one turned around and said, "Do you want me to do it? Do you want me to do it? Do you want me to do it?" Well, I fell in love with the work, you know, that I was doing. I was, you know, I've had the time of my life over, a good 15 years of doing it. I've had a couple of car accidents, you know, and I've nearly lost my life. One, a car hit back of me and it squashed up, back up. That was my IB for written off. Then it was the Nissan, and that got pushed over to other side at A590. Then it was the BMW that got caught up in a accident, and I pushed the car up Grange Hill where the old library were, and it's because the woman were driving at 2 miles an hour and she were drunk. Speed limit's 20 to 30, you know, viewing passengers. I've done people shopping for them. You know, the stuff I've done and the people that I've met from all of Cumbria, Lancashire, Bacup, Blackburn, Rottingstall. I've had time of my life, really, being a care worker. And all I can say to people out there, for everything for taking it up, it is a lonely job, but the prospects of it and the people that you get to meet are 1 in a billion. And you'll never meet a most loveliest, innocent, sweet bunch of people that you could ever meet in your entire life. And really, it's helped me, my ex-wife, my son, and all that lot were working in it, and we all enjoyed it. So yeah, really, you know, and I've done, you know, quite well off being a care worker, a council worker, and an escort. So I just like, you know, to put it out there, and like how much you got to live on each month, calendar month. Like, you know, you're on like 1,500 every month, which is not a lot of money, really, when you think about it, because you've got £800, £400 for your rent, and then £800 for your council tax. Then on top of that, you got your shopping, which is like another £300 because that's a month's worth. And then on top of that, you got petrol for the month. Then you got little bits and bats for your wife and son to buy. And then, you know, at least you want to go out, you know, like I had Sunday off, after Saturday afternoon and Sunday. Then I were back at work Monday morning. So Sunday I used to go out with my wife and go to the cinema, or, you know, go to pictures, or, you know, just go out, you know, for a meal or for a drink or something like that. But like I say, it is a lonely life. But I enjoyed it, I really did, and I went from level to level, and the companies that I worked for, like Hades, they paid for level 1 and level 2 in my nursing, and then I got taken on by council and they took me on, you know, for their levels. I went and did college courses to lead bandages, and, you know, like if somebody's had an heart attack, resuscitation, it was a prospect, I suppose, where really I could actually ask to go and work in the NHS. But if I was going to work anywhere, it'd be Lancaster Royal Infirmary. I've got family working there, and I've done quite a bit of work in caring line. It just depends on what level they take me on at, because I'm not as advanced as what the nurses are in there. I'm only a care worker, where they're a nurse. They get trained in many more things than what I've ever been trained in, but they train me up, which is another one, because we all work in partnership. The NHS care working industry, private care work industry, which around East Lakeland Care, Haydays Care, there's Lakes Care, and there's another care company, that are going, and it depends. It's like the cheaper the price is, it's the less, that you're getting. It's the dearer you go for, the better level of care, really. I mean, when I was there, I was getting offered the contracts for my boss, and I was going to do the livings with him. So I must be quite good at what I do. So I'd like, it's like, but the only thing is, it's your budgeting. It's the reality that you're on a small budget, and if your clients want you to go and run around and go here and go there and go and get the shopping, you need to claim that money back at end of month, which you can do that at end of year and claim all your finances back, which is your wear and tear of your tyres, exhaust, engine, all them sort of things. And the best place to go for all that, because they will replace it for as long as you has the vehicle, which is QuickFit. Now, I know it's more dearer, and they all say they're not garages, but you've got it for a lifetime. Like new wheels, you get new wheels put on by them, you get your winter wheels and all that lot put on for free. You know what I mean? That's part of a bonus, but then you can claim all that back that you've paid out from the taxman. And, there are, if you're a single person, you're on your own, you're a care worker, I think you can claim benefits, some sort of benefits. If you're a mother, you can get family allowance and things like that. So, there are, if you're wanting to do it and you're a mother, it is handy. But the best thing, if you are a mother, the best thing you can applicate for is to be a care worker, an escort. And that's where you work from 9 in the morning, and you drop them off, and then at 3 o'clock when you pick them up and take them back home. So it's usually like an hour in the morning. So you start at 8 and finish at 9, and you'll start at like 2:30 and you'll finish about 4:30. And then maybe you might have the adult straight after, which might take you to about half 5 o'clock. It depends on how many clients and how big the bus is. You might be in a single taxi with them on their own, because there might be special needs, they might act out on that, like you might need to stop them from attacking the taxi driver and things like that. But the good side is you can meet some really sweet, loving people, and they're so innocent, I can't say anymore how much innocent these people are. You always up for it. You've always got a smile on your face, because you never know what to expect from one day to the next. We take them out on trips. They're taken to these day centres that take them out on day trips out. There are quite a bit, but all these places are now closing down through the government's turn around saying, oh, we don't have enough money, we don't have this, we don't have that, we don't have the other. So, it's like we've got to put it out there for the need for these day centres, so the people who look after them at home can get respite. Because if they don't have respite, you just get a broken down family where they get split up, which makes the client more panicked, more nervous, more anxious, and all that. And it's like the government know how to stop it, but because they blew it away with the last government, it's like left this lot in the right deficit. Well, really, we should save our elderly and save our disabled people, because even the elderly are getting it. you know, because we take them to the day centres and all, you know, you pick them up, you know, being an escort. Then when you're a care worker, you go around and look after them, you know what I mean, and give them the medication, feed them the breakfast, make the beds, clean the toilet, clean the bathroom, make sure they've had a wash, you know, got clean clothes on, got dressed, made the bed, then gone on your way, then come back in the afternoon, cook them the dinner, feed them the medication, make them some brews, wash up, let me eat the dinner, wash up, tidy up around while they're eating the dinner, then go to your next client, and then come back at say tea time. It's about 4 or 5 o'clock. Make them the tea, make them a brew, feed them the medication, write it in the little book and that lot. Then you go to your next job and you do the same again. And it's all about everything you do in these houses and that lot. You have a little book and you write it down, or you can do it by video or voice call, and you just record everything that you've done, like giving the medication, what time you was there, what time you arrived, what time you left, what you've done in the house, what cleaning you've done, what medication you've give, that you've talked to the clients, you've made them sure they're well, they're happy, they've been fed, and you've locked up behind you and gone on your way. You've gone to your next client. But working in the social services and private care and NHS, I recommend it for anybody who's thinking about doing it, really. I can really highly recommend it. Couldn't wish it on any more people, really. So, yeah, we will all got to say, really, a big shout out to the social services, the children's social services, the adult social services. We could all do with an hand. We all get old. We all have illnesses. And really, all I can say is that I've made a living off it. You know what I mean? It's hard to say, but it's like you just get on and do the job. There are a lot of downsides to it, because you see a lot of, you know, people who are working there that shouldn't be working there, but there are a lot of good people. And all I can say is, I hope everybody that has ever worked in the industry all the best, and anybody who's thinking about doing it, highly take it and go to DirectGov and look up social services. Always try and get on with the council government than private, but start with private because you can work your way up. That's how I did it, and I started from being an escort, which picked special needs adults up and adult needs children, and then I went on to social services, where I started for 8 days, and I went around people's houses and fed them medication, washed them, dressed them, given them the food, mopped the floors, and then went on my way. Then come back at dinner, did the same again, did the same again at tea time, and then put them to bed at night time. So yeah, it's like, you know, sometimes you can be at the client's house 4 times a day, and then some of them you can just be there for half an hour. Some clients you can have like where they have activities where you're there for 2 hours and you talk to them, or you draw, or you colour, or you know, do whatever. But when I did it, first time I ever did it, I fell a kick because I was that tired, because I hadn't been working, and it'd been like a few years before I started, you know, and it's like I was in full-time work then. There was no time, you know, for afternoon kick for being an escort. Yeah, I didn't get that, you know, like when I got up in the morning, went to client's house, got up in the morning, got in the minibus, picked the clients up from the houses, took them to the day centres, went back home, had a couple of hours kip and that lot. No, I was at work full time then, but that's the only time I actually fell a kip and I actually admitted it to my council worker. And it's alright, everybody does that every now and again. And I just apologised to Win, who were looking after. But yeah, I've had the time of my life. I've really enjoyed it. I've loved all the clients that I've ever looked after. I've growled at some of the teachers, you know, for being a bit grumpy with kids. You know, it's Ulverston Day Centre and head teacher recommended me and my taxi firm for it. I've had clients wanting me to look after them full time. I've just had really amazing time looking after these people. And I would recommend anybody to work for social services.